Hey, if you are a new hire or if you are an intern, this video is for you. So what does going to a completely new country have to do with being a new hire or perhaps an intern navigating the workplace? Everything. Let me show it to you. Recently, I had a friend who is going to be relocating to another country for a short period of time. Because I'm really curious, I started doing some research to somehow help her transition when she goes to this country. One of the things that I found is that when you're in this country, when you enter people's homes, you should always take your shoes off. It's a sign of disrespect when you don't. Also, this country tends to cater to certain body sizes. Many of the stores are going to bring clothes in those particular body sizes. So if you're outside of that, it's really important that you bring all the stuff that you need with you, or maybe find alternative apps that you can use to order clothes in your particular size. It also applies to certain shades of makeup. Learning the language is a big deal. Even if you don't end up being fluent, the thing is, it will help you when you're trying to communicate with people, because then they'll see that you are trying. In another situation, I have a friend that's considering going on vacation to a very different country. It's important that you are careful with what hand you greet people with or say hello with, because in that particular culture, if you greet folks with the wrong hand, it is highly offensive because of the beliefs that they hold. Hand gestures are also important. If you do the wrong hand gesture, again, you could literally offend people. It's important to dress modestly, and in their culture, modestly means that your shoulders are covered, your knees are covered. Chewing in public is not a good plan in this country. It is something that is offensive. Public displays of affection is also a thing that you shouldn't do. What am I saying? When you do this kind of research before you walk into a new situation, a new place, a new environment, it helps you minimize offending people. When people are offended, they tend not to help you. And in some countries, you offending might even result in jail time. It's that extreme. The thing that I think is important is recognizing that you can come from one particular place where things are done in a certain way, people think in a certain way, and that's fine. But when you step into a new place, a new country, while you're not changing all of who you are making some adjustments to function well in this country. All right, here's the deal. When you are walking into a new workplace, when you are stepping into this new place, it is like a country. They have their own language. People speak in a certain way. They have their own attire in terms of the style of attire that they tend to wear. They do things in a certain way. They function at a certain level. It's so important for you to study the place that you're in, even before you get there, and ensure that you are learning some of these basic things, some of these rules, some of these guidelines, the ones that are said and unsaid. Here's the thing, you're not changing the core of who you are. You're not revamping your whole self. But it is important that you make some of the adjustments that you need to make so that you can function and thrive in a new place. I want you to see going into the workplace or getting a new role and a new team as being a separate country that's worthy of you doing some research to see what are some things that I need to keep in mind when I'm in this new country so that I don't offend people. What are the rules and etiquette of this place? And I am not saying to change who you are at the core. I'm also saying that if you have certain standards that are pretty high and you are stepping into a space where the standards are low or they go against your value. I am not telling you to change, but I'm saying study where you're going, study the environment that you're in by observing, not talking as much as you are listening and observing people, and make the adjustments that you need to make so that you can thrive.